On behalf of Journalism and Mass Communication Department, I, Debhuti Chakravarti, would like to welcome you to Manthan 2022 co-powered by Canon Cinema EOS system. Today, we have with us Mr. Sonam Wangchuk. Mr. Sonam Wangchuk is a renowned innovator, education reformist, and Magsaysay award-winning environmentalist. A mechanical engineer by education, Mr. Sonam Wangchuk has been working in the field of education reform for more than 27 years. After he finishes his engineering studies, he founded SECMOL, Students' Educational and Cultural Movement of Ladakh, which aims to bring reforms in government school system in Ladakh. In 1994, he was instrumental in launch of Operation New Hope, a triangular collaboration of the government, village communities and civil societies to bring reform in the government school systems. For students who failed in their state exam, he founded SECMOL, Alternative Schools Campus near Leh, a special school. Okay. For students who fail in their state exams, he founded SECMOL, Alternative School Campus near Leh, a special school where admission criteria is failure in exam, not grades. With the supportive and creative environment at school, the students who failed have excelled in their chosen field and risen to the international acclaim as entrepreneurs, filmmakers, politicians and teachers and many more. To solve the water crisis facing the mountain region due to the climate change and the fast melting glaciers, he invented the ice stupa, artificial glacier which preserve the steam water in winter in form of giant ice cones and stupas and release the water in late spring via melting just when the farmer needs the water. He also the co-founder of Himalayan Institute of Alternatives. Sir has received many prestigious awards. Some are the GQ Man of the Year Award for Social Entrepreneur of the Year 2017 in India, the Rolex Award for Enterprise 2016 in Hollywood, USA, the Terra Award 2016 for World's Best Earth Building in Lyon, France, the UNESCO's Chair for Earth Architecture for India in 2014, Real Hero Awards by CNN IBN channel in 2008. On behalf of Journalism and Mass Communication Department, we would like to welcome you, sir. And thanks for taking out your precious time to be the part of this small show. Sir, here we are the students, basically these are the journalism students, sir. And we have heard that you are also working as an editor for the Ladakh's only print magazine. So can you please share your opinion and views on that?
Okay, so I have great respect and affinity to people from media and journalism because education, as we say, is so important for the world. We normally think of children and teachers and schools, but that's only for children. It is very important. But everybody must keep learning, cradle to grave. And for grown-ups who think now their learning is over, no, it's a whole lot of learning you have to do, and your school is through media of different forms, through magazines, newspapers, new media now, internet-based, electronic media, and to educate the masses. Journalists are the teachers and facilitators. They are the gurus who are not there preaching, but who are facilitating learning. That's the modernmost way of imparting education, where you don't go teach or preach, but you make sure that learning is happening. So journalists are those gurus who are beyond, a step beyond teachers who stand up and teach whether somebody learns or not. Their job is teaching. Education is not about teaching. Education is about learning and making sure that learning happens. And journalists, I think, are a very interesting kind of people who don't appear in front to teach, but they are behind the scene making sure that learning happens, and learning for grown-ups and of course young people also. So very, very, very important sector, and that's why we started in Ladakh. You know, it's a very remote place, if you know Ladakh, very, very remote place. I mean, we are cut off from the world for 6 months. As we speak, it's opening up. So you can imagine it's like the last place on this planet, yeah, where people are cut off, where people are away from all that you have in big cities. And to awaken and mobilize and unite people around, say, quality education, quality health, quality lives and livelihoods, we had to awaken them. So journalism was not a choice of luxury for us. Okay. It was something out of necessity. But it's very interesting that 100 years ago, Tilakji was doing something very similar, right, and out of necessity to awaken and mobilize masses. Similarly, we were doing it to make people want quality education. And how do you reach the masses? You reach through media. And for that, you have to become a media person. So I have not done media as a part of my education, but I did whatever it took. You know, when I had to teach, I became a teacher. When I had to train teachers, I became a teacher trainer. When I saw that people in general need more information to awaken themselves, I became a journalist. So that's how we started. We didn't have television, so we started a video magazine that reaches the people. We saw that there were no newspapers in the whole region. We started a newspaper, started a magazine. We saw that we have no reach through radio. We bought slots on All India Radio and put it across. So you do it as a tool for the necessity that you see in the society.
Yeah, okay, thank you, sir. Sir, as you mentioned, you bought a radio waves or something like that. So I have heard somewhere that there is a campus radio and the newspaper run by the students of your school. So sir, with minimum resources or minimal resources, how we can start our own radio station? Like students are interested actually.
Now it has changed, everything has changed. Like 15 years ago, a radio station was such a hard thing to acquire. Community radio, so many licenses, so much expenses, so many people and so on. And I used to say back then, and today it is true, not only will every person, I would say back then 20 years ago, not only would every person have a radio and a TV in their pocket, yeah, we have, right?
Right.
We have this, right? A television and a radio and a newspaper.
Everything.
That's not something surprising. I would say not only that, every person will also have a radio station in his pocket, television station in his pocket, and a print media publication in his pocket. Today it is that time. You know, you have a radio station, you make a podcast and you are the radio station. You make a video on YouTube or wherever you want, you're a television station. And some of these people have more viewership than the television themselves. And you publish something, you're a publication. So it's a changed world, and we should prepare our students to be that. Not only people who choose mass communication, but generally all fields. Whether you're doctors, you need to get your message across. You're engineers, you're lawyers, you need to express and share and awaken and mobilize people. So you need to learn, and not just by reading and listening to lectures, but you need to learn by doing it. So in a school, the best way you can do is have it there happening. So we run our little school as a little country, and a little country has its own media, has its own government. Yeah? So we have a little government made by the students. We have our own Yeah, little radio station, little television station, little printed media, newspaper. We have even a time zone that is different from the time the nation follows. So, like that, we believe in learning by doing. And I'm happy that you all are in that game itself. So, of course, you should be doing it, but not just you who have chosen media, but all others should be doing it. And you perhaps should be doing other things. From cooking to dancing to singing to sports, people should be not just this or that. We should all be cross-cutting, good blend of all skills.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Here the students are here with sir. So they want to interact with. They have a few questions, sir. Just we quickly take 2-3 questions. Yes.
Good evening, sir. My name is Sakshi, and sir, we have heard that you follow different time zones.
Sorry?
Different time
You
zone.
follow different time zones
Yes.
for your school students. So
Yeah.
can you explain it easily?
Okay, good question. So, first of all, as I said, we play country, country. We make the school like a country, so you're playing country, country. Then you actually learn a country should have a parliament. Okay, the school has a parliament. Country should have a government. You have a government. And to make you feel like a real country, you have a time zone. So people find it interesting that time is different in different parts of the world. Different countries have their own time. Our little country of the school has its own time zone. That's at the students' level. They find it very interesting and funny. But it is more sinister than that. It is more, mischievous than that. Behind the scene, the strategy, as I said, is that young people these days, sleep at 11, get up at 8, 9, if you give them a chance, 10. So, it's a strategy to tune ourselves with the rhythms of nature, which young people these days don't. The rhythm of nature is that when it's 7 or so, it's dark. When it's 5 in the morning, it's bright. So, at this school, we use natural resources as much as possible. Buildings are built with mud, soil, and heating is done with sun. So, lighting is done with sun, and everything is like with solar. And people ask me, what is your favorite solar gadget? And I say, this time, the time zone which is 1 hour ahead of Indian Standard Time. So, the sinister strategy behind it is that you switch the clocks 1 hour ahead, and the children think they are going to bed at 11, but they are actually going to bed at 10. They think they have slept till 7, but actually they are getting up at 6. And when you get up at 6 or 5 with the sunrise, you are naturally using solar energy. You don't need photovoltaics and lithium ion batteries and LED, all this mumbo jumbo of technology is not very impressive. What is impressive is when you do the same without any of this jumble of things. Yeah. So, if you get up at 5:30 or 6 with the sunrise, you are using solar light without photovoltaics, without batteries. Your window is your solar light, but only if you wake up, not if you sleep till the sun is here, which is what is happening. So, I always say that if the whole world, like these students, if the whole world went to bed 1 hour early, got up 1 hour earlier, you could be shutting down many nuclear power plants, many coal-fired power plants. I was actually calculating. In other words, you could be saving the planet by just sleeping. Isn't that easy? So that's why I like it, and that's the strategy behind.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Next question, please.
Good evening, sir. I am Saudi, and my question for you is: what are the upcoming advances of ice cooker?
Upcoming
advances of ice.
Okay, lots of things. It started as very simple mechanical, natural energy powered thing. Natural, it will always remain. Now we are going also for some automation so that things don't freeze and then you have a hard work of defreezing them. So we are going for sensor based some technologies, although I try and avoid. So we have been working together with the Swiss in the Alps to build ice stupas. Now with Chile in South America, where we'll be using these also to help it become more efficient, less painful for people. That's one. Secondly, we look forward to make it at scale. So far, it has not been done at large scale. So 3 weeks ago, I was in Mongolia, where they want to do this huge scale, and in Ladakh also. So scaling up in size and making it simpler for people to handle is what we are looking forward to do.
One more last question, please.
Hello, sir. So, my name is Prayag. Sir, we have heard about your Himalaya Institute of Alternatives. So, is there any opportunity for a student to do a collaborative work with you?
Yeah, hopefully in the coming years. Right now we are starting up. So anytime it's conducive, we could. But things that we are into, we are not yet into mass communication and media. At our school, yes, at level of students of school, but at higher education level, we are yet to do. For example, we also do what do you call hospitality, hotels and so on. There we try and make real homestays out of village homes where our students can work and test themselves. Similarly, when we do mass comm school, we would like to be producing programs, maybe hosted television channel or web channel. Similarly, printing, I don't know how long it will be viable because things are going digital very fast. But again, our way would be to actually do it so that students get a hands-on experience. So whenever that happens, we would definitely like to have exchanges and collaborations.
Thank you for your precious time, sir. Sir, we'll end up the session here.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So this
Okay.
is a mark.